Let's go! Copyright infringement. Oh, we're live. Everybody, welcome to tonight's live stream broadcast here on N2 Media, the first live stream of the year, and I couldn't have been more excited that I picked this game. It's the #1 versus the #2 team in the rankings in the entire state of Washington 2A classification. The visiting Woodland Beavers, 9-2 overall, 4-0 in the Greater St. Helens League, and #2 in the RPI rankings, taking on the RA Long Lumberjacks, who are 10-0 on the season, also 4-0 in Greater St. Helens League's play, and they are the #1 team in the 2A classification right now. Cannot wait for this one here between Woodland and RA Long. If you told me that this would be the matchup that we had on January 7th, and it was 1 versus 2, if that was on your bingo card, I would be calling you a liar. But we got a good one here tonight. The Lumberjacks have done a really good job in the Greater St. Helens League over the last couple years, and Woodland up and coming. They're off to a great start, off the heels of a win already this year against La Center, and we'll talk a little bit more about that after the Star Spangled Banner. National anthem nicely performed by the soundtrack. As I was saying, Woodland fresh off of a 66-39 win. Jody Nalen's in the house, Blast Zone Media. Oh my God. He's out. Unbelievable. But yeah, I get interrupted every time I talk about how Woodland just put the wood, no pun intended, to La Center, 66-39. Meanwhile, the Lumberjacks on Monday had to hold on for dear life and survive a double overtime battle with Columbia River, 48-45. So we are just about set for a first place battle here between these two teams. And I really like the Woodland Beavers up and coming team. They're here now. They're ready to play right now. And we're going to get to know them and the Lumberjacks starting lineups here in just a little bit.
Have a huge Lumberdown welcome for tonight's Junior Jacks, keeping the floor clean and sweat-free, ladies and gentlemen, Connor Bogus and Chaps Anderson. And now let's meet the starting lineups for the visiting Woodland Beavers, as announced by their head coach, Justin Gabbard. At guard, a 5'9" sophomore, wearing #1, co-captain Jackson Gabbard. Guard, a 5'9" sophomore, wearing #3, Dorian McPullen. At the post and wing, a 6'2" junior, wearing #4, James Long. At post and wing, a 6'1" junior, wearing #21, co-captain Tanner Cusick. And at the post and wing, a 6'3" junior, wearing #34, Michael Belvin. And now, casting down the protective and fortuitous gaze over the surface of Joe Moses Court. In this, what the Seattle Times called one of the top 10 gymnasiums in the state of Washington, the jewel of 1939, your historic Lumberdome. I ask you, Lumberjack Nation everywhere, as you rise to your feet. Don't you know what time it is? It's 7:06 p.m. and it's time to get a little bit jacked up. Here are the starting lineup for your, say it with me, R.A. Lumberjacks. At guard, a 5'8" senior, wearing number 2, Cam Newsom. At guard, a 6'2" senior, checking from the ruck, number 5, co-captain Jeffrey Woodland. At forward, a 6'4" senior, wearing number 21, Joshua Reed. At guard, a 6'1" senior, wearing number 23, co-captain Landon Irwin. And at the post, a 6'6" junior, Ari Long owns the gym and he owns the paint. Number 24, Brenner.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, national anthem has been played. Introductions have been made. We are just about set for the first 8 minutes of action in this early season tilt for a leg up in the Greater St. Helens League standings. First of 2 games between Woodland and R.A. Long. It's number 1 versus number 2. First time that the R.A. Long Lumberjacks have been named the number 1 team in the state at any time in their school's history. I'd have to do more research for the Woodland side of that, but instead you're just going to have to watch the game and research it yourself. Fans, we do have the live stream comment section working. Feel free to type in where you're watching from and who you are rooting for, as the tip is controlled by the Jacks. Brenner Coates tapping it to Landon Irwin, and we are off and running. Newsom being guarded by Gabbert. Picks up his dribble and loses it, and now ball on the floor, tied up, and it's going to be possession to the Beavers. So an early steal leads to a turnover. Good defense extended there by Gabbert and company. Again, the Beavers 9-2 overall. They have not lost to anybody that has a Washington State address. Both their losses to teams from Oregon, as we've got a bounce pass feed, backdoor deflected out of bounds. It's going to be on the baseline inbound under the basket with 19 on the shot clock here for the Beavers. Nice bounce pass feed, double clutch, and a shot altered. Long couldn't hit it. Belvin's there for the offensive rebound. His putback attempt, no good. Rebound by Irwin. Good play design there. Long just had to double clutch, and that was nearly over and back. Newsom didn't catch it clean. And that one also nearly goes into the backcourt. Jacks go far corner, kick it out. Rookledge now rotates it. Irwin skips it to Crane. Crane pulls the trigger from 3. It's short, just grazes the rim, and it's rebounded by James Long, and here comes Woodland. Gabbert into the front court, has Newsom on him. High screen and roll, backed out to the wing. Gabbert still with the dribble. Belvin thought about a 3. Tough shot, no good. A little out of control there. Good recovery defense, nearly a steal. Newsom bounce pass feed, near wing. Irwin leaves his feet, skips it far side. Now this one is thrown away into the backcourt, and it's the second Lumberjacks turnover here. Still scoreless, 6:37 to go. Got Brandon says, tuning in from Knoxville, Tennessee. Let's go Jacks, Brandon. Thank you so much. Oh, that's probably Memphis, right? Who knows? I don't have much Elvis knowledge. McPoland guarded by Rookledge. Underhand tosses to Belvin. Belvin, another field goal attempt, and it's down for 3 for Mike Belvin, 3-0 Woodland. Into the corner, Rookledge, and he's pressured on the near side. Crane couldn't handle it, and it's a turnover. So the defense doing a good job so far here by Woodland. They've forced 3 turnovers already. High screen and roll, and here comes a pass. Ran off the wing. Belvin off the dribble. Might have got away with steps, and no, he didn't get away with steps. The baseline official, Eric Cheatley, makes that call there. 3-0. Beavers with the lead. Jacks still looking for their first bucket. They started pretty slow and stayed that way against Columbia River. Again, only 48 points in double overtime, but their highest scoring quarter was the first with 11. They're still looking for their first points. Recently playing Adna at the holiday tournament. They trailed 9-5, but exploded in the second. A 3 is down for Josh Crane, as I'm talking about how they are still looking for their first bucket, and we're tied up 3 apiece. Drive, and the ball's poked loose and stolen back. Crane, long outlet up ahead to Newsom. Newsom immediately fires from 3, and he's fouled on the shot, and he'll have 3 free throws for his effort. Foul's going to be on Tanner Cusick. That's his first.
Beaver foul on number 12, Logan. First personal, first team foul. Foul in the act and shooting a three-pointer to the line for the
So
Jacks.
3 free throws here for Cam Newsom. And the first is true. 4-3 Lumberjacks with the lead.
Tanner Cusick with his first. Still first team foul.
Second free throw for Cam rattles out. Jared Meckel says ranked number 1 in the state. Yes, for the 2A class according to the RPI rankings. So not max preps. And then we got an inbound stolen. Newsom fouled, and he misses the shot. He's going to head right back to the line. And I think that they're going to get Belvin here on the foul, and they do.
Beaver foul number 34. Belvin, first.
Yes, and by that same ranking there, Jared, Woodland would be the number 2 ranked team, as Newsom is back at the free throw line where he was 2 of 3. First one on the way, and it's no good. So 2 of 4 now is Newsom. 5:14 to go here in the opening quarter. And the second is good. So splitting that time. Outlet up ahead is stolen back immediately. And so the Beavers are giving it away here. Rookledge with it. Doesn't put it down. Ball continues to move. Far side, Newsom now with it. Top of the key, rotated. Rookledge in rhythm. His 3 no good. This one's tapped out, though. Looked like Coates. And he taps it to Crane. And Crane tickles the twine from downtown. And the Jacks are on a 9-0 run. And they lead at 9-3. And we've got a traveling called on Dorian McPoland. So 3 consecutive turnovers now forced by the Lumberjacks defense. 4:39 left opening quarter. Jacks rotating it around, out of the corner, skipped. Crane, another 3 on the way, and down! The 3rd triple of the quarter for Josh Crane. He's got 9, the lead is 9. Drive inside, kick to the corner. Belvin thought about it, closed out on hard, drives off the dribble and takes it to the rack strong. And he's gonna head to the line for 2.
Lumberjack foul number 24. Coates.
Brenner Coates called
Team foul.
for the foul.
11 to the line for the Beavers, shooting 2.
First no good. Second also no good, and rebounded by Irwin. Irwin takes one dribble, fires from three, it hits the Jacks. Scorching hot, timeout, Woodland. Head coach Justin Gabbard wants to talk things over here with 3:59 to go in the opening quarter. Jacks on fire from downtown. Landon Irwin gets his first field goal of the game. And the Lumberjacks lead at 15-3. Fans, be sure to share the live stream link with friends and family as we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. And do make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. It is free. You can watch live, you can rewind, you can pinch and zoom in on your device. And again, and all of your support goes to a great local cause, at least I think so. I mean, there's folks here from Texas, Tennessee, Washington, Oregon, Woodland. I know that Woodland's in Washington, but you get it. This is a real exciting game and an exciting atmosphere. If you would have told me that it was number 1 versus number 2 and it featured 2 teams from Cowlitz County, I would have bet Mark Morris was involved. But here we are. Woodlands, number 2 in the state, rattled here 15-3 after going on top 3-0 early. And a traveling is called in the backcourt there. It looked like Newsom went up to ninja kick that ball. And instead, they call steps on Tanner Cusick. So more turnover issues here. And the Beavers mainly underclassmen. This is their first true test, I would say, as youngsters. They're on the main stage right now. The Jacks have been here for quite a while as good double-team defense on that shot there, missed. And Irwin gets a hard foul immediately afterwards. And I don't think Coach Gabbert necessarily agrees with that. And it's going to be the second foul on Belvin. So that's big in itself. And again, another turnover there. And it looks like that he was just setting a screen down there. And Irwin wanted the Academy Award. It's Oscar season here, apparently. I can say that. And we're going to get a sub coming in is going to be Ethan Pitsley, and they're going to swap out the big man Brenner Coates. So Pitsley offers a lot of size and length and great defense. Coach Jareki talks about how he's probably pound for pound their best defender, as Belvin's going to sub out, and into the game is Zane Logan. Lumberjacks ball on the baseline. And a tough inbound pass goes through the 5-hole of Crane, but it trickles out to Rookledge. And now the ball gets moving on the outside. In and out dribble, nearly a carry there by Newsom, backing it out, dribble it to the logo, and drives and kicks. Rotation finds Rookledge. His three is up and short, and it's rebounded by Pitsley. Pitsley driven near the sideline, stays in bounds and feeds. Jacks reset. Crane pulls the trigger for 3, and it's a high arcing triple again for Josh Crane. His 4th 3 in the quarter. This time the Beavers break the press, counted, and won a big bucket there for James Long.
Lumberjack foul number 24, correction number 23, Irwin. Second team foul.
Badly needed bucket there by the Beavers. And the free throw no good. Newsom rebounds it. 3:05 to go, opening quarter. Jacks 18-5. Far wing, another 3 is up and down. The Jacks are unconscious right now, and they're just pulling the trigger with no hesitation as we've got a whistle and a foul in the backcourt. Newsom on the way across picks up the personal. They got his first personal on that one. It's the 3rd Lumberjacks team foul. In fact, both teams with 3 team fouls as Cusick inbounds it into the backcourt. 2:44 to go, opening quarter. Nice feed down low. McPullen saw him down there, and that's Long finishing. Another bucket there. Woodland starting to get going here, 21-7. They got to come up with some defensive stops and rebounds, though, here. Rookledge thought about rotation, instead moves it back. A 3 for Crane. Are you kidding me? Oh, my gosh. It's his 5th 3 of the quarter. 15 for Crane. All the way through, Gabbert tries to pass it off. It's deflected, goes back to him. He feeds it down low. Long spins off the defender, loses the ball. Jacks come away with it. Newsom, fancy dribbling. 1:55 left here in the quarter. Crane has 5 threes in the quarter. Unbelievable start for Josh Crane. And it goes to Josh here near corner. Feeds it to the high post. Pitsley, good footwork, finds Rookledge. Good explosiveness. Jeff Hangs, good help defense by Long, and Long rebounds it. Long came over and did a good job altering that shot without fouling and got the rebound. A 3 at the top of the circle. Cash money from Jackson Gabbert. Outlet up ahead, quick, and a foul is called. Gabbert went up and challenged Crane. And now we got a warning issued on Gabbert, and Gabbert chirping back, and we're going to get a warning on Gabbert again, so second warning. And I think that Coach Gabbert is just saying that that the referee unintentionally ran into him and that he wasn't trying to trip him. Crane at the free throw line, though, and he hits. 16 now for Crane as Herrera checking in. And Josh gets the roll. Trap administered. Ball on the floor. Turnover going up. Pitsley lays it in with the left hand. The Jacks on top, and a timeout after the make by Jure Key. We're going to stay right here with 1:10 to go. It's a 30-second timeout. Pitsley with his first bucket of the game. Crane with 17 here in the first quarter. We're just 6 minutes and 50 seconds in here on this one. Chris Smith says, holy crap, them boys are shooting. Craig Marshall says, let's go. KC says, let's go, Jacks. I haven't seen many Beaver. There's Jackie Walseth that said Woodland when we got started. So I know there's some Beavers fans out here watching. And I bet that right now that they're feeling a little dejected, but there's still a lot of time left in this one. McPoland brings it across. Drive inside, the pass, Long catches, puts it down once, kicks it out. Gabbert dribbles all the way back. 13 on the shot clock. Double team shows on Gabbert, and it gets to McPoland. McPoland off the dribble, tries to kick to the corner. It gets there. 5 on the shot clock. McPoland now with it. Double team, Cash Coast closes out hard, and that's an offensive rebound for Long. Long gets around, misses the shot, tapped out, last touched by Irwin, and the Woodland is going to get another possession. Good hustle there from Long. And we're going to get a sub. Brenner Coates is going to check into the game for Joshua Crane, who's got 17. Inbound from Cusick. Goes to Logan, rotated McPoland. Cusick still with a dribble, just fires it to the top. McPoland thought about the 3, puts it down, picks it up, and is fouled at the top. And it's going to be on Cash Coates. That was a foul to give with 25 seconds left. It's Coates' first, and it's the 4th Lumberjacks team foul. Both teams into the bonus with 25 seconds left in the quarter. Shot clock is off. Gabbert gets it in the backcourt. The double team immediately is trying to get the ball out of his hands. It's fired up far side. A tough jumper is good. That's Tanner Cusick. Jacks quick the other way. Irwin, jump stop at the top. Ball gets rotated, 6 on the clock. Herrera moves it up to the top. Dribbled by Coates. Gabbert comes away with the steal. Gabbert a chance to score. Gets around and does it just in front of the buzzer. Count the bucket. Defense leads to offense for Jackson Gabbert, but the Lumberjacks lead it big. Woodland looking to get something going as it is a 28-14 first quarter lead for the RA Lumberjacks. Jackson Gabbard with 5 after that basket there, as we're going to head to the second quarter. Fans, type in your thoughts, prayers, hopes, dreams, and again, where you're watching from and who you are rooting for. Joshua Crane with 17 points in that first quarter. You probably heard me say that about 1,000 times. Others scoring for the Lumberjacks were Cam Newsom with 3, Landon Irwin with 3. Excuse me, did I say Cam Newsom with 3? I meant Cam Newsom with 6. And then Ethan Pitsley with 2, Landon Irwin with 3. And for Woodland, Jackson Gabbard with 5, James Long with 4, Michael Belvin with 3, and Tanner Cusick with 2. Again, 28-14, RA Long with the lead. And it's going to be RA Long basketball as we start the second quarter. Crane back into the ball game here. Newsom with it. They're going to show a little double team, but they're going to back off there. Nice roll down to the hoop. Good job by McPolin to block that shot, but the Jacks retain, and Herrera misses the 3. McPolin is there for the rebound. Gabbard, step back 3, short. Coates rebounds it. One and done there for the Beavers. Newsom fouled trying to get around Gabbard. And it's going to be a foul on Gabbard. And that's going to be his second personal, so something to keep an eye on there. Crane to inbound it. Throws it into Newsom in the backcourt. 28-point first quarter for RA Long. They normally do that like the second quarter, but coming out hot here tonight. Statement game right now for both of these teams. A lot of season left, though, for both. Rotation now far side. Newsom shakes right, dribbles left, fakes a pass, and Euros around. And Pitsley an open 3, and it's nope, not airballed. Long rebound, though. Dribbling back and firing up a 3 himself is Newsom. It lands right into the lap of Crane. So the offensive rebounds leading to some points there for the Jacks. 19 now for Crane, and the RA Long lead is up to 16. Belvin pulls the trigger, no good. Box out, Long goes over and keeps it alive, but couldn't pull it in. Jacks come away with the board. Skip pass far side off the dribble. Herrera has it poked off of his leg. Great defense there by the Beavers. We're going to get a sub coming in here for both teams. It's going to be Zane Logan checking back in, and then Jeff Rookledge comes in for Ant Herrera. .6:15 left here in the second quarter. Jackson Gabbard doesn't have a double team run at him right now, but a lot of looks like that from RA Long here. Top of the circle, Belvin, one dribble jumper, rolls down. Looked like it was going to roll out, but Belvin now with 5.
Belvin for 2.
Newsom fires a pass. Crane fouled, and it's going to be 3 free throws here. Looked like that Josh just wasn't allowed the space to land.
Number 12, Zane Logan, who's first.
But Zane Logan, the guilty party.
Josh Crane to the line for the Jacks, shooting 3.
And it's going to be 3 free throws here for Crane. And the first is up and in. That makes 20 now here for Josh with 5:51 to go in the second quarter. And the second one rattles out. Two out of 3 on that trip is Josh Crane. Lead up to 16 again, 32-16. Deep three, Gabbard off to the right, rebound Crane, long outlet up ahead, and McPolin gets back and deflects it. It'll still be RA Long basketball, but McPolin probably saved a 2-point basket there. Inbounding it will be Newsome. Goes to Rookledge. No one guarding Jeff, and he's like, okay, I guess I'll just take this and hit this three here. First basket of the game for Rookledge, and the lead is up to 19, 35-16. Nice feed down low. McPolin dribbling back out, underhands it to the wing. Ball rotated now. Belvin still with the dribble. In triple threat, gives it to Gabbard. Gabbard backing it out to the volleyball line, being guarded by Pitsley. Double team, reach, contact, no call. Nice dump down low. Cusick gets it up and just over the rim. Crane goes to Coates on a pick and roll. Coates bounce passes a little hard. Pitsley is able to retrieve. Nice feed down low. Kick out. Coates finds Newsome. His three, no good. Rebound is going to just go out of bounds. Gabbert doing a good job of shielding Rookledge. Irwin back into the game, and Coates will sit down. And this pass is thrown away up the sideline. Jacks come away with a steal. Pitsley drives in. Physical play there inside. Like to see that. Refs letting a little bit go. Don't need to call every little bump and bruise. It was described as the RA Long Columbia River game as a game where they just let them beat each other up. So I'm sure the Jacks are used to that. Shot is good from Crane from 2, and it just continues to be the Josh Crane show. 37-18. And this pass is deflected out of bounds. It's going to stay with Woodland, but 23 now for Josh Crane. Oh, my goodness. Nice bounce pass, feed to the elbow. Belvin got the defender up off his feet, kicks it out. McPolin drives, tough floater off the window and in. That is a nice-looking basket from McPolin. Newsome carries it. Unforced turnover back to the Beavers. 3:45 to go, second quarter. And it looks like James Long is going to come back in for Logan. Double team runs right at Gabbard. Gabbard looking for some help, throws it to the center court. It's tapped back, turned over. Going up is Rookledge, but Gabbard comes in, sneaky, pokes it loose. So a good job of hustling back in the play there by Jackson Gabbard. 3:33 to go, second quarter. Jacks inbounding on the baseline. Newsome lobs it, easily gets to Crane. Crane backs it out, being guarded tightly by Long. Newsome gets around Gabbard, fires a one-hand pass, far corner, triple up and off, this time for Irwin. Crane goes up, grabbed the rebound, might have had it poked loose by Newsome. Could have been an easy bucket there. Pitsley penetrates, gets it back to Irwin, tries his luck, same spot, same result. Rebound this time by Cusick. Double team again in the backcourt. They do not want Gabbard to be comfortable here tonight. McPolin skips it, far corner. Belvin jabs, leaves his feet, skips. McPolin almost lost it, still has it. Nice handoff, double clutch, bucket by Long, and we had a whistle, and it's a 30-second timeout, Woodland.
30-second timeout.
Long now with 6. Nice cut to the basket, good find. Head coach Justin Gabbard. Off to a great start this year. Got to imagine that both of these coaches, Jareki and Gabbard, are in line to be considered for the Coach of the Year. I know we're Still kind of early in the game here. A lot of time left in the season, a lot of league games left. This is just the 5th league game for both teams. But they're both off to a hot start here, and I like where the Beavers are going. The Jacks have obviously been a machine for the last 5 straight years. So this is really not unfamiliar territory for them, but I think this game is more about the Beavers than it is about the Lumberjacks. Rotation far side, and this time dribbling out of the corner and scoring is Landon Irwin, who goes crikey. Double team up top, and McPolin wrestles the ball away and gets it up to Cusick. His jumper short, Irwin rebounds, pushing the pace himself. Drive, kick, far side, Rookledge for 3, you bet. 42-22, and we've got a timeout, R.A. Long.
Timeout, Lumberjacks.
1:58 to go here in the second.
Once again, Lumberdome, a big hand for the Junior Jacks. Keeping the floor clean and sweat-free, Connor Bogus and Jack Sanderson.
Fans, we got a busy week here. Obviously, we're here tonight, but tomorrow we're going to be over at Mark Morris High School for girls basketball action. I'm fairly certain it's Washougal against Mark Morris for girls basketball. Friday, I know for sure we're right back here for boys basketball. It'll be R.A. Long hosting Ridgefield. Should be a fun one. Eric Haynes is on our Facebook comment section, says number 1 versus number 2. Nobody goes to games anymore. You can blame me. This place should be packed. Well, I mean, it is pretty full. It's hot in here. I'm going to be honest with you. It's really humid and uncomfortable in here right now. There are a lot of folks behind me from the Woodland side, too, so I'm just looking at the far side right now as we're back to action. Beaver basketball trailing 42-22. And they break the press. Firing a pass underneath. Belvin goes to Long, and Long goes up and down. Count it for Long. Hoop and the harm.
Fouls on Lumberjacks number 21, Josh Crane. First personal, first team foul of the quarter. Long to the line for the Beavers.
James Long now with 8 after the make. Make it 9. Nice cut, nice find, and it just rolls off, but Newsom gets his own rebound, and a tougher shot, also no good. Crane gets a kick out, and it nearly touches the roof. Misses everything, and we're going to get a foul. Irwin bumps into Gabbard. A lot going on there for no buckets for the Jacks. The Beavers survive that possession.
Second team foul of the quarter.
1:18 left in the quarter. Beavers hanging around here, 42-25. Belvin gets it across, and he is fouled from behind. It's going to be the 4th team foul. Nope, 3rd team foul. They got it on Rookledge. 1:11 to go now. And we've got a foul on Gabbard, pushing off, trying to get open. That is a tough one to pick up there because that is his 3rd personal. That is tough. And Anthony Herrera checking back in for Pitsley. Crane ball fakes, goes to the backcourt. Newsom with it now. And we've got a whistle, foul called. And it's going to go on Woodland, and they got it on Zane Logan. That's his 2nd personal, and it's the 4th team foul. Inbound goes to Crane. Crane gets around the defender, and he's called for an offensive foul. Jim Appleby, animated as always. 52 seconds left in the quarter. Backcourt pressure here. Beavers down to 3 seconds to get to the cross, and it's a late whistle, foul called. Free throws on the way here, I think. And yes. It'll be Dorian McPoland shooting the free throws. And he's got 2. First, no good. Misses them both. Rebound, though, picked up on the floor. Entering the picture is Cusick, and hitting inside is Cusick. And a foul is called up top on Belvin. That's going to be his 3rd. And it's going to be free throws for the Jacks.
15 foul in the quarter.
Cusick with that bucket now has 6 in the game for the Beavers. And the first free throw bounces off for Crane.
Hensley back in the ballgame for the Jacks. Alexis Herrera. Joshua Graham into the game for the Beavers.
Missing them both is Crane. 25 seconds to go here in the quarter. And we got a ball poked loose, nearly over and back, and this one is in the backcourt. That should be over and back, but they're going to say it was deflected. And it's a foul in the backcourt.
Foul number 10.
It's going to be on Ethan Pitsley. So free throws again for McPoland. 14.1 left here as McPoland hits the first. He's got 3 in the game by my count. So the Beavers have whittled away here. It's down to 14, and we've got a foul called. And it's going to be against Woodland on the box out. So we're going to have 2 shots the other way for the Jacks. It's going to be Landon Irwin. And Irwin connects on the first. 43-28. Irwin now with 6 in the game. And make it 7. Three on the clock. A 3 is up by Cusick. No good. Offensive rebound. Long putback. Couldn't get it. And a shot attempt. Newsome couldn't get it off in time.
Your Lumberjacks 44, Beavers 28.
That's going to do it here for the first half. 44-28 is the score. We're going to total up some numbers here, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. But real quick, we got William on the Facebook live stream chat and says, these refs love blowing them whistles. Yeah, there's a, they were letting them play at some points in the game, and then they were like, yeah, not really. I don't really want to let them play right now. So, yeah, tough to say. We got the halftime performance here by the RA Long cheerleaders. And then I'm going to try to intelligently add up some points. No promise that it's going to be accurate, but I am doing my best. At the score, 44-28, RA Long with the lead.
And representing the freshman, Addison Howard. Ladies and gentlemen, your RA Long High High School cheer team.
Your RA Long cheer staff here at the half, 7 minutes till the start of the third quarter. And RA Long leads this one at the intermission, 44-28. And, you know, the first minute and a half of the game, you know, everything was going the Beavers' way in terms of defense. Forced 3 turnovers in the first 90 seconds of the game. And it looked like that they were ready to go. They had a 3-0 lead, and then all of a sudden, Josh Crane just lit a fire and just continued to burn the nets like he was on fire on NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Could not miss 5 threes in the first quarter. Ended up having 17 in the quarter overall. But, man, what a start there. It was 15-3 before the Beavers got a chance to score again. They've hung around here in the second quarter, I'll say that. It was 28-14 when the first quarter was all said and done. The Beavers are right on that pace. They scored 14 again in the second, and their defense did a lot better job. They held RA Long to 16 in that second quarter. Both teams just kind of going back and forth a little bit there, shooting free throws, a free throw shooting contest at the end of that quarter. You could describe it as something else if you're watching and paying attention at home. I'm not going to get into it, but nevertheless, both teams equally there, to say that. But it's been a real fun atmosphere here so far. Nothing really chippy, but both teams are really going after it here. And when we look at the total numbers, first we're going to talk about the Woodland Beavers here with 28 at the half. They're led by the 9 points of James Long. And then Tanner Cusick with 6. Jackson Gabbard and Mike Belvin each with 5. And Ryan McPolin with 3. The big stat that's not mentioned there for Woodland is the fouls. Quite a bit of fouls overall, but none more crucial than Gabbard with his 3 personals and then Belvin with his 3. So those are 2 guys on opposite ends of the lineup spectrum, and you know, you just don't want to put yourself in that position where your point guard and your guy who's playing center or your best athlete overall down low in Belvin, you don't want to risk those guys having to sit out with 4 or possibly get disqualified at some point in the game, because they're going to need both of those guys and everybody available here in the second half. RA Long led by the 23 of Josh Crane, so he's 2 above his jersey number, which is 21, by the way. Crane coming off of a 11-point performance against Columbia River. Fair to say that he wanted to step it up a little bit here tonight, and he has done so immensely. Rookledge and Newsom each with 6. Landon Irwin sneaking in there with 7. And then super sneaky Ethan Pitsley puts up 2. Brenner Coates played and did not score and took a shot attempt. Cash Coates played, did not score, did not attempt. Ant Herrera attempted a shot, did not score, played in that first half. Zane Logan playing and not scoring for the Beavers. So, yeah, that's where we're at right now. 3.5 minutes till the start of the second half. I'm going to take a quick water break and breather here, and then I'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll present to you the third quarter of action. Jacks 44, Beavers 28 here at the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Lumberdome, about ready to start the second half. R.A. Long leading Woodland 44-28. Both teams 4-0 in the Greater St. Helens League. Winner of this one will be all alone in first place. It's going to be Beavers basketball to start the quarter.
We begin quarter number 3. Your score, Lumberjacks 44, Beavers 28. Out of bounds, Beaver basketball.
And we're off and running here. Contact hitting the floor is a Lumberjack. Long put up a shot, couldn't hit it, but the ball's loose, and Pitsley getting the start here in the second half, digs it out. Jack's looking to run. Newsom goes far side. Ball rotated into the corner. Pitsley jump pass finds Newsom. Rotate back to Rookledge, back to Newsom. Newsom continues the rotation. Jack's moving it all around the perimeter in the corner and jabbing out and driving. Crane floats and hits. So Crane back up to, up to his old tricks again here. Up to 25 now. Drive baseline. Nice job shielding off Newsome there was Cusick.
Cusick for 2.
Crane challenge, misses. That one grabbed his own rebound and put it up and in.
Joshua Crane.
Crane now with 4 in the quarter and 27 overall. McPullen's 3, no good. Tapped out, last touch by Newsome, I believe.
Out of bounds, Beaver basketball.
Lob goes into Belvin and has it stolen away immediately by Crane. Outlet up ahead, clinical. Shot hit by Newsome. Newsome leaning up against the wall there. Not sure if he might have tweaked something there, but double team up top. Pass gets to the far corner. Now in the near corner, Belvin spins off Pitsley. Shot up no good, foul called, and Belvin will head to the free throw line for 2. It's going to go against Ethan Pitsley. That's his second.
Belvin to the line for the Beavers. Shooting 2.
First free throw off the mark. And the second as well. Pitsley secures the rebound for the Jacks. Jacks taking their time here. 9 on the shot clock. Newsome gives it up. Rookledge rotates it. Crane, 3, no. Hasn't missed many of those tonight. Rebound Woodland. Gabbert brings it across. Gabbert being guarded by Rookledge. Jump pass. McPullen. Belvin keeps it moving. Cusick, elbow jumper, no good. Irwin rebounds. Irwin gets the ball moving, now up ahead. Crane settles into a 3. Nothing but net. Crane now with 30. Double team here on Gabbert. Long skip pass gets to the far corner. Ball thrown away out of bounds. 5:02 to go in the quarter. 53-30. It's a 23-point lead here for RA Long, their largest of the game. Rookledge directing traffic a little bit, moves it back to Newsome. Screen set for Rookledge. Rookledge cut off baseline, kicks it out. Newsome pulls the trigger from 3. Yeah. It's just tough. And again, more pressure on Gabbert here in the backcourt. And the student section chanting, "We can't hear you." Long is blocked on the way up, tapped out of bounds off of Long. Crane with the block. And they're going to say it's going to stay here with Woodland, the official on the near sideline overturning that call. Gabbert drives, floats, misses it, gets his own rebound, goes up strong, and gets a roll. Good play there by Gabbert.
Gabbert for 2.
Shot, counted and 1 for Newsome.
Newsome with the hoop in the arm.
13 all of a sudden for Cam Newsome.
First team foul.
Foul was on Cusick.
Coach into the ball game for the Jacks. Logan into the ball game
Logan checking in
for the Beavers.
for Woodland. Coates checking in for Pitsley. 58-32. Well, the game is kind of, I don't know, lost its luster here, and the fans are even a little less excitable than they normally are. 59-32 as Newsom converts the three-point play. McPolin, bothered in the backcourt, gets it up ahead. Belvin with it. Belvin fires a pass down low. Shot up, leaner, no good by Cusick. The ball lands in his lap, and we got a foul on the way up. And Cusick will head to the line for two.
Lumberjack foul number 2, Newsom. Second personal. Second team foul in the quarter.
So Tanner Cusick at the free throw line. He's got 8 here in the ball game. And some student yelled 6-7 as he shot, and it did not have a negative effect. In fact, Cusick would probably say, that was very 6-7 of me to make it. And somebody else did it too, and now he airballed it. He was obviously too focused in on that. And some moans and groans here from the R-Log student section. 3:40 to go, third quarter. Jacks by 26 here. Backdoor cut, Newsom from Crane. This has been all Newsom and all Crane here in the third quarter and pretty much the entire game. Logan with it, moves it, top of the circle, gamble by Newsom. McPolin moves it back. Beavers a little bit late there, trying to make him pay. Tough shot, closed out on there as Cusick missed that one. Crane was bearing down on him. Jacks continuing to move the ball around. Pass down low, and a hold is called as Coates couldn't get off of the defender Belvin, and that is going to be Belvin's fourth.
34 Belvin, fourth personal, second team foul of the quarter.
.249 to go as Newsom will inbound it. Gabbert checking in for Belvin, so Belvin with 4 personals has to sit. Still a lot of season left here for both of these teams. And I think Woodland's going to learn a lot about themselves, and they're going to go back and watch this game, and they're going to see some opportunities that they had, and they're probably going to feel like that they're going to be a much different team down the road as Irwin missed that 3 and the Beavers control it. But a great start here for Woodland. Their season's far from over, and they're going to probably make a pretty deep run as McPolin goes up into contact, and he's going to earn a trip to the line here.
Third personal, third team foul of the quarter. McPolin to the line for the Beavers. Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. 4 now for McPolin. Cash Coach checking in for Jeff Rookledge. And McPolin hits that free throw. Double team up top. Coates bothered, circling around him there. Irwin gets it. Now kicks to the corner. Crane over the top, gets it to Newsom, who pulls the trigger from 3. That one is no good. Tapped out of bounds, and they're looking for some help, and near sideline official thinks it's going to stay here with Ari Long with exactly 2 minutes left in the quarter. Crane to inbound it for Ari Long. Gets it into Irwin easily. Corner 3, Cash Coates is Cash money. First field goal attempt is Drano for the freshman, Cash Coates. And now that he's a freshman, traveling called on the way in for Gabbard, and he doesn't seem to agree. It looked like a gather step there, but nonetheless, turnover. Newsom is fouled. And it's going to go against Woodland and Tanner Cusick. Newsom inbounds it, open three. Irwin rattles that one out. Long rebounds it, poked loose by Coates. Stays with Woodland.
Graham back in the ballgame for the Beavers. Replaces Logan. Herrera back in the ballgame for the Jacks. Replaces Irwin.
.127 left here as Gabbert works it up the court, bounce pass up ahead. McPoland into contact, counted and one. To Ryan McPoland, now with 7. And he'll head to the free throw line.
For Coates, second personal, 4th team foul of the quarter. McPoland to the line for the Beavers, shooting the and one.
And the free throw, no good. Brendan Coates with the board. Crane moves it. Newsom, a few feet behind the line, looks long, and it is. Rebound, Cusick. Gabbert steps back, cuts the basket after McPoland receives and dribbles it back. Screen up top, switch on defense. McPoland splits it, goes up, and the floater rims off. Brenner Coates with the rebound. Newsom to the corner. A 3 by Herrera, no good. Hit the rim twice, disrupted the timing there of Brenner Coates. Rebound Woodland. 31 seconds to go here in the quarter. Gabbert looking to go to work on Herrera. Throws up a wild shot, foul called, and are they going to get it on the shot or are they going to get it on the pass? They're going to say on the shot. So Jackson Gabbard will head to the line here.
Jackson Gabbard to the line for the Beavers, shooting 2.
First free throw good for Gabbard. 64-38. Gabbard now with 8 in the ball game. And misses on the second. Ant Herrera with the board. Newsom drives and kicks. A corner 3 for Coates, no good. Cusick with the rebound. And that ball nearly stolen. Somehow Gabbard kept control of it. Kicks to the corner. And McPoland's 3 no good. Crane with the rebound. Long outlet up ahead. Running the court. Herrera throws up a wild shot. Good job by Cusick to get back. But the clock was running down, and that is going to do it here for the third quarter of action. R.A. Long leading it 64-38 heading into the final 8 minutes. Fans, I do appreciate your support so very much. Just by watching the live streams helps me out immensely, and also following our page. But if you are in a position to help, we are always accepting donations to the cause. 3 games this week. This is the first of 3. So feel free to send a donation or a tip to your host. Tipping, I know, it's out of control, right? But it's free to watch at home. It's $7 to get in and watch here at N2 Media. Venmo preferred, PayPal acceptable. But we do appreciate all of our support as we have gotten over the years. Our 6th basketball season. Recently had our 5-year anniversary. This is our very first number 1 versus number 2 ranked matchup for basketball. So very happy to be a part of it here tonight. Although there would probably be some people that would disagree with the rankings as where these teams are at. Don't know who those people might be. But yeah, we're about ready to start the 4th quarter here, and it looks like it's going to be Lumberjack basketball to begin the final 8 minutes. Belvin back out there with 4 personals for the Beavers. Coates goes to the corner to Herrera. Drive inside. How was that not steps? Oof, wow. Newsom with another basket. Tough shot by Gabbard, no good. Newsom draws some attention, gets rid of it. Pass deflected. Beavers come away with a steal. Drive up ahead. And the trailer coming in and scoring is Belvin. And we've got technical foul called on head coach Justin Gabbard. So that's 2 in the ball.
Cash goes to the line for the Jacks, shooting the technical.
Cash Coates 0-8-1-2. Cash Coates misses the first. And there were some Woodland students over there, and now the official has requested that they be removed from the gym, or the stick be removed from the gym, as that's about the most excitement. The Beaver stick has been confiscated by Dwayne McCabe, the athletic director. Where he's taking it, I don't know. 67-40. That's about the most action that we've had here, it seems, over the last little bit. And now the Ari Long students are going to fire it up with a "We Can't Hear You" chant. 6:51. Save yourself, folks. We got another matchup, at least one more, with these two teams. Got a feeling that we could see a third, as we've got a bump. Things are getting a little physical out there. And it's going to go on Logan. And it's the third personal on Logan, second team foul. Herrera inbounds it to Crane. Crane has 2 Beavers around it. Out of the corner, Euro step, and the layup no good. Belvin goes up and grabs the rebound. Belvin, in and out dribble, brings it across half court. Finds an open player in Logan. Logan curls, drives baseline, kicks. McPoland, and it's a foul on Crane. Crane protesting. And here is the Beaver stick. It's made its way back over here. It's going to make the trip back to Woodland, apparently. Everyone's got one of those spirit sticks with their mascot as Belvin dials up a triple and it rattles out. Looked good, though. Newsom with the rebound, brings it across. Newsom gets around one defender, dribbles back to the three-point line, misses that one. Rebound goes to McPoland. McPoland, one-hand pass up ahead. Too much hot sauce on that one as it's going to go out of bounds. And we've got a full-charged timeout, 5:51 left in the game. Hey, Vaughn, what's up, buddy? I miss you, too. Chris Gomez says 6'7". Casey Lewis says total dominance by the Jacks. Yeah, you know, I think that that's a fair assessment. Jody says last 4 digits of your phone number, Nick. Yeah, 0812. If I get any spam calls from anybody here, I'll answer. It's your job to guess the first 7. Or first 6, I guess, technically. Inbound goes to Irwin. Irwin facing a double team, bumped in the backcourt, no call. Ball poked loose out of bounds. And there is 1 second left on the timeline clock. Drake can burn a timeout here and save that 1 second, but the Jacks are going to opt to try to get this one over. Rookledge throws it in and throws it away. McPolin comes away with it. Long double clutch inside, misses the shot, but he'll head to the line for 2.
Lumberjack foul number 11, Cash Coates. Second personal, second team foul of the quarter.
Got Gabriel in the YouTube chat says, Anthony, big 15, let's go. He's out there. He's out there. Long had a great first half. He had 9 at the break, and he's still on that number. Misses the first. Hits. And we're going to get a sub. Coming into the game is Joshua Graham for Long. And then Rookledge, Crane, Irwin, Cash Coates, and Ethan Pitsley out there. Jack's facing some pressure, break it. And we've got an offensive foul called on Landon Irwin.
Lumberjack foul called on number 23, Irwin.
5:30 to go in the game. Long pass up ahead, gets here near wing. Belvin fires a pass inside, and it's loose, saved back in bounds. Jacks come away with it. Up ahead is Irwin, and he scores.
Landon Irwin for 2.
McPoland, double team, fires a pass to Belvin, loses a handle. Leaking out is Crane. Crane had to stop his momentum a little bit and lays it in instead of dunking it. You know he wanted to dunk it. Double team here again. Jack's showing no mercy. Belvin into contact, misses the shot. McPolin rebound, double clutch shot. He gets his own rebound and scores.
McPolin for 2.
A 3 by Cash Coates, no good. Rebound, Logan. And a ball thrown away, leaking out. Rookledge up ahead. Rookledge throws it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, misses that one. And Crane grabs it and misses, and he's fouled. Late whistle.
Beaver foul number 34, Belvin. That's Belvin's 5th personal, and that is a disqualification.
Fouls on Belvin, that's his 5th.
Ball back in the ball game for the Beavers.
So he is out
To the line
of the game.
shooting 2.
As Crane at the free throw line gets the first to roll down. He's got 33 here unofficially. Crazy. 4:11 left here in the game, by the way. And Crane misses on the second, ball loose on the floor. Tied up still. And it looks like a jump is called. Possession favoring Woodland, and Ant Herrera is going to check back in. And it looks like Crane's night is probably over. 4:06 left in the ball game. Beavers ball, and they trail it 72-43. Drive, shot no good. A little out of control there, but a nice take and a rebound. And a shot put back up is no good by Graham, but he's going to head to the free throw line for 2. So the Beavers still playing hard down the stretch here.
Herrera, 1st personal, 4th team foul of the quarter. Graham to the line for the Beavers, shooting 2.
Graham, no good on the first. Hits on the second. He's in the scorebook. 1 point now for Graham. Rookledge, nice find. Pitsley had a shot, dribbled out instead. Pass dangerous, gets there. Irwin takes, fouled hard into the padded wall, and he'll get up and head to the line for 2.
Beaverville number 2, Graham. First personal. 13 foul on the quarter. Correction, 14 foul on the quarter.
We got that foul on Graham. It's the 4th team foul on Woodland as Irwin hits the first.
Gabbard back in the ballgame for the Beavers.
Irwin now in double figures with 10 as Jackson Gabbard checks back in for McPoland. Irwin hits them both. Irwin now with 11. Fader, good. That's Gabbard with the bucket. Tough bucket. Ball dribbled off a foot, rolled out. Ball stolen, Long with it. Hop step into the lane, Long loses it on the way up. It's loose on the floor. Pitsley comes away with it, fires a pass up ahead, and Irwin goes up and slaps the glass hard. Lays it in, 76-46. A deep 3 by Gabbard, no good. Irwin with the rebound, and we've got a foul. We're gonna get some subs coming in here.
Beaverville number 1, Gabbard. 4 personal, 15 foul in the quarter. Andrews in the ballgame for the Beavers. Davis.
Jackson Andrews checking in for Woodland. And also a number 20.
Irwin to the line for the Jacks, shooting 2.
Now we're ready to go with Irwin's free throw. And it's good. Irwin now with 14. And he'll stay right there. 77-46. .230 left here in the ball game. Nice drive inside. Good defense there by Coates. Rotation, the corner 3, no good. Rebound, and we've got a foul away from the ball here, I believe. It's going to go against Jeff Rookledge. And it's the 5th team foul. And there's going to be free throws coming, and we got a full timeout, Woodland. So we'll stay here. 60 seconds left, 2:20 to go in the ball game. Jake Moe comments and says, Crane for player of the game. It's a safe vote. Yeah, I'd say so. Safe vote. Crane's only got, 33? Yeah, I don't know. It's not really that good. No, but it's been a really interesting game, really. It's like a game within a game, you know? Like, I think that most people thought that Ari Long would be in a position where they're at right now. I think most would be kind of surprised. This is outside of these teams, by the way. Nobody inside of their programs is surprised about anything. But media pundits, strangers at the grocery store, they probably felt like Ari Long was going to be in this spot. I don't think a lot of people really felt that Woodland would be here at this point in the season. This is going to be their first loss to a team in the state of Washington. They were 9-0 against everybody else, and they were undefeated 4-0 in league before tonight, and ranked number 2 in the state for the RPI rankings. That's not the end-all, be-all for either of these teams, but where they're ranked in RPI, that really doesn't mean a whole lot. It does mean something, but definitely not the entire picture, as the first free throw is no good for Graham. But I think Woodland's going to be just fine. I think they're going to be learning from this game here and getting ready for that second matchup at the Beavers Den coming up late this month. They still got 2 against Columbia River. Both these teams look like the 1 and the 2 seed right now. River, though, I think that they're right there with both of these teams. So And you can't count out Washougal and Ridgefield as the Beavers are up against the shot clock, and a desperation heave does draw rim, and an offensive rebound by Long is going to give the Beavers new life here on this possession. But the league is so crazy competitive 1 through 6 right now, as we've got a jumper that is good from Long, started with an L. And we got steps called. Long in double figures, his first basket of the second half, by the way. After that, he's got 11 now. 1:20 to go in the ball game. But fans, do type in, if you feel free to, your vote for player of the game. We're going to do the Cowlitz PUD postgame show in just a little bit. Good ball movement. Shot up is good for Graham. And Kefron Cantito gets it to Herrera. Zyshawn Key there with the ball. Pump fakes a three, throws one up, and it's off the mark. A three at the top of the circle, no good. Offensive rebound, though, for Woodland. Ball lost, and Herrera comes up with it for the Jacks. Herrera hits the turbo button up the near sideline, pulls the trigger, blocked, and it's out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Good defense there by Jackson Andrews. 33.8 seconds to go. 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Inbound goes to the corner. Zyshawn Key, fade away, and it's no good. Beautiful break, ran there.
Davis for 2.
And it looks like they said Davis for number 20. That's not on my roster. Davis pokes it loose. Davis up ahead. No, excuse me, Logan, and Logan misses it. And it's out of bounds.
Out of bounds, Beaver basketball.
Beavers have possession. I think you should say Crane, yes. Not because it's not a no-brainer, but just because it's a cool last name. That's going to do it. 77-52 is the final here tonight. The Lumberjacks remain undefeated. They are now 11-0 on the season. Woodland now 9-3 overall. And they are 4-1 in league play, still in second place, all by themselves. But the first of 2 games here goes the Lumberjacks' way, a 25-point win. We're going to talk a little bit about things here. We got our Cowlitz PUD post-game show. Cowlitz PUD providing customers safe, reliable, cost-effective hydroelectricity since 1936. Cowlitz PUD post-game show. I'd like to welcome you all here as we have just wrapped up our first live stream of 2026, and a game that on paper looked to be very competitive. At times, it felt like it was going to be a competitive game all the way through. Where we ended up was a first quarter of dominance for R.A. Long, and really it was just led by the hot shooting from Josh Crane and others, but Crane really lit the fuse here tonight in that first quarter. He ends up having 17 in the quarter on 5 made threes. Just an insane start for the senior Crane. Newsom converting a lot of threes as well tonight. Yeah, I mean, the Jacks just shot the ball exceptionally well. There's really nothing else you could say. The combo of Newsom and Crane was just too much for Woodland to overcome. 52 on the scoreboard for Woodland. Not a bad effort at all against R.A. Long. Some of it did come late, but R.A. Long was trapping and pressing, almost all the way to the very end there. So I think you got to give the Beavers a lot of credit here. It's not very easy to score over 50 on the road at R.A. Long, but that's where they're at. The defense was just the side of the ball that kind of betrayed the Beavers here tonight. and they got in the foul trouble as well early. And your best ability is availability. And there were times where Belvin had to come out of the ball game because of foul trouble. He did end up fouling out. Gabbert ended up picking up 4 fouls. So it's a journey here, I think, for both teams, and a great learning process for both teams as well, because the Jacks did lose 3 main contributors from last season. And Woodland, they're still, full force, with the youth movement. Not a senior in the lineup here tonight, other than Zane Logan. So you got to like what you see from the underclassmen. I mean, just bright future for Woodland. But the future doesn't necessarily mean next year. It doesn't mean the year after. I think that this season's future is very bright still for the Woodland Beavers. Anxious to see how that second game goes. For R.A. Long, on the heels of a double overtime survival contest against Columbia River on Monday, you kind of had a feeling that they were going to come in with something to prove here tonight. They had just been rewarded the #1 ranking in RPI after Anacortes lost to Burlington Edison. Anacortes was the #1 ranked team before they lost last night. So, when you only score 48 in a double overtime win on the road, I mean, you might say that we didn't play our best basketball. I don't think that the Jacks felt that they did. It's always better to win when you don't play your best basketball than to lose. And they were fortunate enough to come away with the W on Monday. And tonight, the result was in the rearview mirror very early. The Jacks, just a freight train from the jump. They end up just being too much to overcome here tonight. Let's go over our total unofficial numbers here, and then we're going to name a player of the game. Big surprise, by the way, on who it's going to be. First, for the visitors, these are all unofficial numbers, by the way. Jackson Gabbard with 10, Dorian McPolin with 9, James Long with 11, Tanner Cusick with 9, and Michael Belvin with 7. So good numbers there from your starters. And then Joshua Graham with 3, and then they credited Carson Davis with, I want to say, 2. Yes. So 52 total here tonight for the Beavers in the loss. For the Lumberjacks, Josh Crane, 33 points to lead the way for the Jacks. He had 23 in the first half here tonight. Cam Newsom, 16 overall. And then we've got Rookledge with 6. And then Irwin, the other starter, with 14. So 3 players in double figures. And Cash Coates with 4, Ethan Pitsley with 2. Others playing tonight, not scoring for the Lumberjacks, include Brenner Coates, Ant Herrera, Zyshawn Key, Kfran Cantito. So your final score again, 77-52, and our Cowlitz PUD player of the game here tonight, none other than Josh Crane with his 33 points and the 23 in the first half, but it was really all about the 17 that he had in the first quarter. 5 made threes, and he made it seem real easy here tonight right from the jump. So congratulations to Josh Crane on being named our Cowlitz PUD player of the game here tonight in the win. Fans, we're going to be back at it tomorrow. I'm going to get my schedule pulled up. In the meantime, appreciate the support that we get. Consider a tip or a donation to your host. We greatly appreciate any and all support. Yeah, we're going to be over at Mark Morris tomorrow, and that much I know. I also know that it's going to be girls basketball. So I've got 2 things that are very important figured out. I know where I'm going to be, and I know what gender is playing. I believe it's the Washougal Panthers, and it is, yes. Okay, my gut instinct was right. I schedule a lot of games. So Washougal taking on Mark Morris tomorrow. Hey, how about the Mark Morris girls, by the way? You know, we saw them dominate Kelso early in the season. This is just going to be our second time seeing the Mark Morris girls play this year. They look like a team that is going to compete for the league championship this year. They've already got wins over Woodland and Columbia River and I believe Ridgefield, so they're in the driver's seat. They've played some tough teams as well along the way, so super excited to catch up with the Mark Morris girls tomorrow night for the second time And then we're going to be back here Friday to close out the week. It's going to be the Ridgefield Spudders taking on the RA Long Lumberjacks in the N2 Cup. Should be a fun one there, as it always is. Again, fans, appreciate all of your support. Your final score popping up on the bottom of the screen right now. RA Long 77, Woodland 52. Josh Crane, our Callus Beauty player of the game here tonight. 33 big ones for Crane. He's one of 3 Lumberjacks in double figures as the Jacks improved to 11-0 on the season, 5-0 in Greater St. Helens League play. They are all alone in first place. All right, fans, you've been wonderful as always. Appreciate all the support, and I look forward to having you all again tomorrow night or Friday night. Tip-offs at 7 o'clock both nights. Washougal taking on Mark Morrison girls basketball tomorrow. I am Nick Sisson on behalf of Woodland, RA Long Athletics, and N2 Media saying thank you very much and so long from the Lumberdome. 77-52 Jacks win it here tonight. We'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great evening.